from this project was that literacy comes in many forms. You can find many utilizations for literacy almost everywhere around you. Sometimes it can be hard to point out due to us taking literacy for granted sometimes. For instance, at the library, all of the signs that were posted throughout that directed me on where to go or where to look for what I needed, or the catalog on the computer that would have been otherwise useless to me, and even like the utilization of the library itself, like what good would the library have done me if I had not been able to read or write or communicate in some form or fashion. One statement that I heard over and over when I asked patrons, what would you be limited to if you were unable to read or write, if you were unable to utilize your literacy skills, what would that limit you from doing at the library? And most people were like, well, that would keep me from doing absolutely anything. I wouldn't be able to do anything here, and therefore I wouldn't be at the library anyway. So that was like the general consensus. Why would I be at a library if I couldn't read or write or communicate or utilize my literacy skills in some way? Another way that I found or looked into how I take literacy for granted, or how we as a community might take literacy for granted, was when I thought about what if I'd have been new to the area or unable to read English. What would it have taken for me even to make it to the library, make it to get inside the library itself, and what inside the library would I have been limited by? I mean, there were bathroom signs and displays that would have been, I wouldn't have been able to understand what they were. I would have had to have some sort of guide, like a person to help me to even find what I needed in the library, much less actually use it once I had it. Because most of the stuff that you're going to use in the library is going to be something that you read, something that you listen to, something that you write about, or even something that you just observe. And any type of literacy skill that I would have been without would have limited me in some fashion at the library itself, and it would have just been a very difficult time. And it just goes to show you how much we take for granted. And say people who come to our area that don't speak English, or someone who is blind who interprets literacy in a completely different way. What would our community look like to them? What would it feel like to them? What would it be for them if we had to see it through their eyes? And that's the end of my presentation. That's what I learned about literacy. That's what I've learned about literacy in my community. I hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait to further delve into my community and what it holds for me.